All right, let's talk about the Chiefs, shall we?
I know. I wish our man Mitch Chavez. We haven't seen him on the last couple
at?
streams. I hope all is well, Mitch. Maybe he's listening to the podcast, so shout out to you if you are. I think he's going to be a little bit upset with how I have his Chiefs projected out here.
Wolf, are you going to be next? Gary says you're going to be drafting Braxton Barrios.
Who was the number 10 wide receiver in the fantasy football playoffs? He won people leagues last year if you started him as a waiver wire pickup.
Nobody did. It's okay.
CJ started him in a league. I know a couple people who, at my behest, started him and were very happy with the results.
All right. Well, let's talk about a guy that you legitimately pumped up and got in on the ground floor on. We'll just start because everything with the Chiefs starts with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
He's no Mitch Trubisky, but he's still pretty good. And, you've actually got him projected as your quarterback 9, which just seems like blasphemy. But, even with those projections, you're just like, nah, he's still the third guy I'd take.
Yeah. He's just, like you said, we got on the ground floor. I'll always love him for, making us look as smart as we did in 2018. The best of the best predictions I think we've ever had with Pat Mahomes. And largely because he's just so damn good that, sensically, it's above QB9, when I look at his weapons, doesn't seem possible, but Mahomes is that type of talent that could elevate everybody to insane levels. So this was probably the hardest team for me to sit and project because I look at the weapons. I mean, the backfield, Helaire, Jones, Derek Gore is really Jerick McKinnon.
Right, it's
they
McKinnon.
haven't updated the projection machine. So Jerick McKinnon, JuJu, Sky Moore, MVS, and Hardman. Until you get to Kelsey, not a single one of those names excites me.
No.
Mahomes has the ability to take shit and turn it into a beautiful marble sculpture too. So somebody will probably do a whole lot better than I'm projecting them for.
Well, we said the same thing about the Packers, right?
Yeah,
it's I think that you are probably right. Somebody is going to. I don't know who. And it's kind of one of those things where you'll be surprised when you see it, but not super surprised.
Well, one we do know who at least I'm projecting to do really well, and what a bold call by me, Travis Kelce.
Where do you like him overall on your big board?
I think I have him right around 10 to 12.
Okay.
Right towards the bottom of round 1, just because there's so many running backs, like a bell cow I like to get there. But I've taken him. If I have picked 12 in best ball and he's there, I take him every time.
Sure.
He doesn't get out of round 1 for me.
No. Okay. That's fair.
So 158 targets, that would be right around a career high for him. 107 catches, nearly 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns. None of that should be impossible. My one worry with him is, now that you don't have Tyreek Hill drawing attention, none of these other guys, MVS can stretch the field, but I don't know that I rely on him to be overly threatening to defenses just because he's going to drop every deep ball that comes his way. So I am a little worried that defenses are just going to stack everything to take out Travis Kelce, and maybe they can. At 35, maybe he isn't what he used to be. And now I really don't like Mahomes. If I don't like Kelsey here, I don't know. It's such a weird thing to say because how does Mahomes not throw 5K and 50 touchdowns? That's what he does. So I don't know. But Kelsey, I think, should be still the number 1 tight end and a first-round block because he probably will get – I believe in Andy Reid enough to scheme him up well and have himself a dominant season. So I wanted to at least explain what the floor could be, but I don't know that. I think he hits that.
All right. Big comment coming in from I don't know if you know this lady. Wants you to come to the Anchor.
Ah, hello, Hillary. One of my favorite places. I don't know who that is, but maybe I could join you at the Anchor at some point. You look somewhat cute in that picture.
I know she seems like a looker.
Yeah,
you might want to go there.
Maybe I got to get to the Anchor at some point.
All right. Well, we got 3 teams to go.
We'll go.
And I just want to say, I hear everything you're saying about Mahomes, about why you have him down there. I think your stats for him are going to end up being low.
Yeah, probably. It's just okay. So now let's look at the receivers, and then you tell me. I'll give you my take on them.
It might be a tough thing for me to back up. I'm just saying, it's another. I told you, I have to see the Jets succeed before I will believe that they can ever succeed. You got to show me Mahomes putting up pedestrian numbers like that before I'm going to believe it. It's going to happen. Do you know what I mean?
Pedestrian numbers. I mean, I have him still going for nearly 4,800 yards, 34 touchdowns, with another 2 on the ground and 310 rushing yards.
Those are pedestrian numbers for him.
For him, yeah, but that's still pretty damn good numbers. I just think he's thrown to pedestrians at this point.
He is, and you can rattle off what you were going to rattle off. I'm not promising I can defend my take. I'm just telling you.
The big one that people are kind of apparently anointing as the new number one is JuJu. He's going right in round 5. I mean, a lot of times over Allen Robinson, which is so laughable to me. We've seen JuJu be an anchor of a passing game.
Are you serious?
Yeah. We've seen JuJu do that, but it's been every single year since 2019. It's gone down, 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 down. His efficiency as a receiver. Was that playing with Big Ben? Maybe, but he's the type of player that kind of benefits from that short, quick. I don't think he's an anchor, and maybe not. If anybody here is going to blow up, and what RotoViz had him projected at before I changed everything, like they had him at like over 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns. Maybe he could do that. Fine. And that's what a lot of people are saying. And Fine. I've heard like the next Cooper Kupp type of argument where,
oh, come on,
he gets the quarterback upgrade and now suddenly he can really blow up and take off. We haven't seen that JuJu in probably 2 years. So I'm not going to sit here and bank on that happening. Maybe it's Sky Moore. Maybe the exciting rookie comes in and from day one, he has the smarts to pick up a very complex scheme. And he has the deep speed to attack every layer of the field while also being a very viable underneath threat. Maybe it's him. Marquez Valdes-Scantling is the one they're talking about being the biggest target of all right now. He's not just the deep threat. He's doing the intermediate stuff, and he's pumped because his route tree is more expansive than it's ever been. And then Hardman's the guy that's going in the backfield, and they all just seem like kind of mad, though. I don't know which one, 16, 13, 14, 10% target share. Like, I don't know which one gets bumped up to 23 and can suddenly blow up like what Tyreek Hill was doing. I don't know that any of them do. And it's similar to the Packers, like you said. I don't know who I can sit here and be like, that's going to be the guy that gets 23%. No,
it's the same thing. I can't tell you who's going to do it. But I believe in Patrick Mahomes. I just absolutely
do too. How could we not?
Like, Jack Morin says, does JuJu doing TikTok dances with Jackson Mahomes boost him up the draft board at all?
Oh, no, that sends him plummeting. Fuck that. And Jackson Mahomes is the most rotten person on planet Earth. So I think that is another reason why I want JuJu nowhere near me, because I know he's a big TikTok fucking weirdo. No, thank you. Whoever wrote that didn't know they were just going to get a fucking fistful of rage out of my mouth.
Oh, no, he's pushing your buttons there. All right, fair enough.
Played. Thank you. You accomplished it. And then, we didn't even talk about the running backs because a Pat Mahomes offense should have a very viable running back. I'll tell you this, not going back for the Clyde Edwards-Helaire experience. It hasn't been fun yet.
Nope.
I don't see why it would get fun this year. Ronald Jones today the report came out that Ronald Jones has a very real shot to win the starting job.
Ugh. Well, that tells you all you need to know.
Exactly. It's going to be
it's like Mahomes is going to be throwing the ball a lot.
The only one that I want is because, like you just said, Mahomes throwing the ball a lot.
McKinnon.
Give me McKinnon in round.
How many times is that?
You would have thought that would come out of my mouth. Give me McKinnon.
Right.
But I actually kind of like Jerick McKinnon. What he did on a stretch run. I know you don't. But last year.
No, I mean, look, yeah, I'm you know me. I'm the type of guy when somebody burns me, I'm
you take
like
umbrage.
I'm like a wounded animal, and I don't forgive them.
Yes, I understand that. The thing with McKinnon is the role's a lot different. We were trying to hope for this bell cow role with the 49ers that it's not McKinnon. But the Chiefs, Andy Reid, decided to use him really well, in particular down the stretch in the playoffs, especially as a receiver. And he made their offense so dynamic. He was starting against the Cincinnati Bengals in that game, looking great up the gut, but also especially in the receiving game. He averaged over 17.9 fantasy points per game in the playoffs. He played almost all the snaps ahead of Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think he got 80 snaps compared to 25 for Helaire when they both came back and were on the same field. So to me, the biggest thing is Clyde Edwards-Helaire goes in around like 7. That is just
no thank you.
No way. No thank you. If I'm taking anybody, maybe it's Ronald Jones in round 10 for the touchdown upside, but we've already talked about all the round 10 guys. I like way over that. I actually do like if I need a running back and I need it late, I think McKinnon, the PPR upside isn't horrible. But other than that, I just don't know what receiver. I'm really hoping. I guess that's something to monitor in training camp, both them and the Packers. Like, does somebody emerge and clearly showing that they're like the go-to guy in training camp? Because if not, I probably won't take any of them, and somebody will probably
even that in training camp. That's tough. Who was the
right? Yeah, exactly.
I guess who was the guy? Who was the guy that wowed us so much in training camp? The guy on the Saints. What was his name? What was it?
Was it how long ago was it?
No, last year.
Thomas.
Last year. Last year, he was amazing.
Marquez Valdes-Scantling.
Yes, there you go. Right. I mean, it's like we were just like, oh yeah, you'd have to be a fool. And I mean, what? Yeah, what was that?
What is up, you fantasy wolf? Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, share your thoughts in the comments. Check out some more videos and join the newest Wolfpack by subscribing below.